Hello everyone, it's Debbie. So, today I am making a 15 bean soup. Now these have been soaking overnight in this water. And what I'm going to do is pour this out, rinse them in a colander, and put them back in and put fresh water and some seasonings, and we're going to have, it's either 15 or 16 bean soup. And I'll make myself some cornbread later, so that will be my dinner for this Sunday. It's cold out, it snowed some here last night, so yeah, it's a cozy Sunday to stay in the house. Like I have any other choice. Okay, I am pouring the water, I'm pouring through the colander. I'm trying to do this and hold on to it at the same time. Woo! I've got a lot of beans there, don't I? I think I got too small a colander. So I'm going to have to pause and get back. Okay, now I am going to kind of rinse the beans off, just in case there was any dust on them from where they soaked. Some people just like pouring their beans straight in hard. I promise, well, I can't promise, but I suggest that if you soak your beans overnight, they will have a shorter cook time, or at least that's been my experience. So, now, I'm going to let them drain for a few minutes and put them back into my cooker that I've got sitting here, and I'll be right back. Okay, I have got my beans in here in the water, so I'm going to move them over. Let's see, I'll set them on this back burner. So, let's see. I want to start them out. On medium heat and give them time to heat up. And I'm going to set the lid on. It just slightly tilted, so getting off shot. So there we go. So I'll be back when they're cooking. Oh, I do have a seasoning pack to add to them, but I'm going to let them get warmed up a little bit before I add that to them. So, yeah, it usually let me see, I still got the pack here. $15 bean soup. Although, from what I counted, there's actually more variety of beans in there than this. So, 15 bean soup. And there's the bran. Ham beans. So, it does have the little ham seasoning pack that you put in there. I guess to give it a little ham flavor. You can always just skip it and add a piece of ham or whatever you prefer. So, I'll talk to you all again in a bit. Bye. Check in on my 15 bean soup. It is, I actually needed a lot deeper pot, so please keep an eye, if you have a shallow pot like I have here, please keep an eye on it or it will boil over, and that would be a mess, especially on this glass top. So, we'll check in later and see how they're doing. They're just starting to bubble. I'm trying to get some of that juice boiled down, so I'm going to have to keep an eye on it constantly. Okay, here's our progress. I've got them hot enough that they're simmering, so I am going to let them, I have got them on what I consider medium heat, 6.5. So, we will see. It's going to take a while because I'm trying to cook them slow. I don't want to, cook fast, and I want them to slowly cook down. I think I will set the lid like that. No, that will cause them to, every time I do that, it causes them to start building up heat and stuff and wanting to kind of boil over. So I don't want to do that, because I want to walk away for a while and go do some other things. That's exactly what I want to do. So we'll keep checking on them. Okay, everyone, it's been a little while, and as you see, it's boiled down quite a bit. See, it's easy to cook. It's just some people get scared that it's so complicated. All I did was soak these beans overnight in slightly warm water. That way, while you're sleeping, they soften up and they cook faster. Some people like doing it in a slow cooker and just, rinsing the beans off because they could have dust and dirt on them. I like to rinse them, but I'm doing it the way my mother taught me, to soak the beans overnight. And as you seen earlier, that the water from just them soaking looked kind of dirty, didn't it? So that means they could have had some dust and residue on them from where they went through the factory, being shelled and stuff like that. So, actually, I don't think I want them to boil down anymore, so I have turned them way down. And as you see, they're just barely simmering. That is what I call a simmer. It's just a slight bubble, and I can put my lid on here. You can see where the juices bubbled up there while I had it. And I've watched them constantly. There's some things you just never want to walk away from and leave. So, actually, what I could do is grab a spoon, and I'm going to set a few beans out here. And I'm going to let them cool just a second so I can try them. Now I have to clean up my stovetop. It's one thing I hate about these glass tops. Oh my gosh. You have to clean them after every time. So, I'm going to pause, and when I get ready to test them after they cool, let me go ahead. I'll just set that over here. Let's see. This is a chickpea or garbanzo bean. Ow, it's still hot. So, I am going to try it. Yes. Garbanzo beans, they feel firm, but they're very tender. Oh yeah. Let's see. The tiny lima beans are still just a little bit on the crunchy side, just a tiny bit. I'd say another 20 minutes or something like that. Oh my goodness, that is so good. I first thought that seasoning was going to be too salty, but actually, I think they're just right. So, actually, I might turn that down just a tad more. Just a few more notches. I put it on 26. Where the burner is already hot, it's going to keep its heat. So, I'm going to put my lid back on here. I am going to, well, I wish this lid, I should have got the lid that has a little air hole in the top of it. So, what I'm going to do is pull that off for a second, let that stop, give that burner a little time to cool down. Then I am going to pull it back over here. I want it to simmer. See, when I put the lid on, it starts simmering way too fast. Oh well. Maybe I need to turn it down just a tad more. I'll turn it down to 24. Or 2.4. These new stoves, or stovetops, cooktops. So, I will give it about 15-20 minutes to continue doing that, because I really like a thick broth, and then that will be my dinner later. It will sit here on this stove and stay hot for hours, because this glass really holds the heat. Takes it quite a while to cool down. I mean, it's hot all the way over to here. Into there, so woo, that's quite a radius of heat. Okay, now, well, I guess I'm going to end the video here. Apparently, you know, they're pretty much done. I might pop back on when they are done and I have totally turned them off. Set that back over there. So, there they are. 15 bean soup. I'll talk to you all again soon. Bye. Okay, everyone, last check-in. The bean soup is done. It's still just simmering tiny bit. I do have the heat off. So, I'm going to let it sit there and fully cover, and still a few of those tiny lima beans, the baby lima beans, are very tough, and I don't get it. Maybe that takes them a little longer. I have no idea, but I'm going to let it sit there, and it's going to be a few hours before I eat, because it's still kind of early in the day, and I want to make me some cornbread to go with my bean soup, and I might do a little video of that, who knows. I might add it to this. Talk to y'all again soon. Happy bean cooking. Bye. Hey everyone, I just got my cornbread done. It's out. It's still hot. Sorry I didn't do the recipe, but I'm sure you can find cornbread anywhere on the web. This is not a sweet cornbread. This is just a regular cornbread with flour, cornmeal, and they're both self-rising, with buttermilk and some, if you prefer baking drippings in it, I just use canola oil. It's all I had. And a little water to thin it down, so you can pour it into the pan. You don't want too thick or batter, but you don't want it too thin. You want it about maybe just a tad thicker than pancake batter, in my opinion. But I've got my beans out here, and I'm getting ready to cut my cornbread. But I'm going to break off just one little corner here. Yeah, pretty good. I haven't made cornbread in so long. So, hope you all enjoyed this video. Take care. Be kind. Ooh, about got. I had the cornbread in my mouth. Talk to you all again soon. Bye.